none of his other victories quite stack up to the number of things which he did today. I don't think.
When you justified it almost felt like, yeah, I should be saying that. But something about like, okay, definitely in terms of prestige, I'll say this: World Championship beats all the other ones in terms of prestige. But that 2021 Strada Bianca win is like
Yeah,
magic.
Mm.
I
it was
feel like
a
that was
victory
like
in
such
itself.
cyclismo.
That's very true. And also his Murder Britannia one, where he
Yeah,
took the yellow
Mm.
jersey
we could
in
keep
kind of
going, couldn't we?
in homage to Raymond Poulidor. That was a really cool one. And the fact that he took it with the bonus seconds and stuff, and that was such a good one as well. But, and I'll stick with my guns and say this was the best one. But I can fully appreciate the Stardy one. That was a cool one.
But anyway, moving on to Remco Evenepoel, we touched on him a bit, and Yun and I discussed this as well. He won San Sebastian, well, kind of convincingly, beating Bilbao in the sprint. We were like, oh, he looks very strong. He's got the Vuelta a España coming up. He didn't do the Tour de France. But was this quite worrying for you guys to see Remco when the big boys kind of come? He wasn't really as a threat as we thought he would be.
I don't know. I think upon reflection, this wasn't a course which suited Evenepoel as much as I thought.
I think he said
And
that as well.
yeah, I think that and therefore I'm kind of apprehensive to draw conclusions. But going back to San Sebastian, the fact that he wasn't able to drop Peyo Bilbao, which no offense to Peyo Bilbao, I would have expected Evenepoel to have pretty comfortably got rid of him and just won solo. So I don't know. Maybe there is a little bit of something where I'm a bit like, oh, maybe he isn't stacking up completely, but there is still like a little bit of time to go, I guess. But you would expect Evenepoel to be on a very good level right now. It's not like he's turning up to world champs thinking, oh, I'm just going to kind of like half-ass it and just sort of, cruise on through and win anyway. I guess he's not as like brilliant as the other guys over 30-second climbs, but I guess the Vuelta isn't won over 30-second climbs, so that doesn't really matter too much. But there are certainly some question marks, I think, over Evenepoel and his maybe his form going into the Vuelta, the fact that he wasn't so dominant. And he's also got his new tarmac SLA. Let's not forget that. That was released as well today. So, you're going to get super watts from that as well, isn't he? Oh, no. Are you guys thinking that he's not looking in good form for Vuelta?
It wasn't the best side today, but it was just one day. Maybe he had an off day, but he was so confident beforehand about like Belgium being such a strong team. But was this really a Remco course? I don't know. He tried to attack, but even like the attacks that he gave seemed a little bit blunt because they were marked by other people. Yeah, I mean it's not a great sign. I think this probably strengthens the odds of Jumbo Visma um, being able to win the Vuelta a España with Vingegaard and Roglic. Also, this has just taken some time out of Evenepoel's calendar really to come here. He's probably going to spend like a week in Scotland, not really doing altitude camps or like extreme climbing. The highest road in Scotland, Beloch na Bar, is like 500, 600 meters in altitude. It's hardly an Alp, which is what like the guys like Jumbo Visma guys will be doing instead. So I feel like the preparations are not great for Evenepoel right now.
Hmm.
Good point, actually.
Yeah, that's fair. And also the team strength as well. Like, I know that they did win it last year, Sudal Quick Step. Obviously, they were under a different name then, but yeah, I don't know. There's something about Jumbo Visma. They know how to win a Grand Tour. They're hyper motivated to get every Grand Tour victory this year. I think Evenepoel's going to need to have to find something to really kind of beat them, especially since the TTKs, the individual TTKs, are not as high as in like the Giro, so he doesn't really have that to go and rely back on. He can't think, oh, I'm going to put 30 seconds into a Roglic slash Vingegaard in each of these TTs, gain a minute. There's one individual time trial. There's a team time trial, which Jumbo Visma are notoriously good at as well. So he doesn't have that to rely on either. I just think that maybe odds are stacked against him. Ramos sort of, and it's not like he can just go on some solo raid on like, where he's like, I'm just going to go and rely on Group 2 tactics playing into kind of his hands because there'll always be a Roglic or a Vingegaard there to pull, I think, depending on who they decide as leader in that moment. it sounds like I'm putting a bit of a downer on Evenepoel. I still think that he's going to do very well. It's just that in relation to Jumbo Visma, I don't know how he's going to win.
What about UAE?
Almeida did not look good today. Yeah.
I think he crashed.
But he crashed. One thing I do notice here in the start list is that of World Championships and the Vuelta is that there aren't many Vuelta favorites that came here. Almeida is one of them, Evenepoel's another. We have no Enric Mas can't really be here, but we have like no Ayuso. We have no Sasha Vlasov, no Vingegaard, no Roglic, no Geraint Thomas. Like these are people you would think, like they might as well go to World Championships. If this were in the normal September slot, they probably would.
Geraint, he's going to the TT.
But he wasn't the road race.
Yeah. Fair point.
Like in terms of like missing out all that time of his schedule. And for UAE, to be honest, like it didn't look great for Almeida today, but Ayuso, I mean, he's probably just going to try and bank off of Jumbo Visma doing a hell of a lot of work during the Vuelta.
Mm-hmm. It wouldn't surprise me to see Ayuso actually finish ahead of Evenepoel in this Vuelta. I think that Ayuso, because he's been so young, he's got a larger kind of ceiling to improve into each year. Not saying that Evenepoel's watched at the age of 23. I'm just saying that Ayuso we haven't seen kind of as much of this year, and he kind of brings that element of surprise almost to the table.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he is. I would have put Ayuso as the leader over Almeida, despite whatever co-leadership like Wolf are going to try to pull over our eyes. I'm saying that Ayuso's leader. I'd back him. I really would.
Where's Remco going to finish in the Vuelta? We might as finish this clip off with a prediction. I mean, I'm just pointing out when Patrick and I did the clip for Mathieu van der Poel, you didn't want. I gave you the chance to say, is Mathieu van der Poel going to be the champion? And you said no.
I said he was going to finish on a. No, I said he was going to finish third, didn't
I? Yeah.
Even the Poel, where's he going to finish? I don't know, man. I'll go with. I kind of feel like he's going to crack, you know. I'm going to go with six in GC. It's pretty brutal, but I feel like he could crack on like Angliru.
Yeah, I've got similar vibes. I feel like a crack is incoming.
Same. I'm saying fifth.
Yeah, it's somewhere between fourth and sixth. I don't think he's going to win it.
Yeah.
No, I could see Jumbo getting two on the podium.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I reckon they could.
They saw UAE and they were like, we want some of that.
Yeah, legit. Apart from they want the top step as well.